Hello, my name is Galina Kurdina. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I am a victim of psychotronic mind control influence. You know, I and my comrades we protest a lot in the Toronto and other cities in Canada, and many people approach me and when they find out that I'm from Russia, I'm Russian, they ask me, maybe this is Russian government that attacks you. Even when I went to police several years ago, policemen said to me that they asked me, what government is attacking you? Maybe this is a Russian government, not Canadian. And I just would like to tell you my story. Maybe some people read it because it is posted online on the website of our organization. But I would like to remind you how it started with me. I moved to 73 Mossbrook Crescent in Scarborough, Ontario, in January 2005. And after that, another landlords were Chinese people of Chinese origin. And maybe 3-4 months after us, another tenant, Chinese guy, moved into this house. And son of landlords said to me that this guy, his name is Li Chen, had worked for Chinese government for 10 years. You know, I started experiencing mild symptoms in 2005. But I thought that maybe it was stress, maybe I didn't have enough rest, and so on. I experienced a loss of memory. I experienced insomnia, headaches. I had feeling that I experienced lack of oxygen. I even moved my bed at night time just to find a better place where I can get enough oxygen and have some rest. But at the end of December, my doctor, former physician, family doctor, Dr. Sarah Pliam, at 4646 Dufferin Street in Toronto, she referred me to one-day surgery examination with full anesthesia. Nothing serious, just examination. And I developed the whole bunch of these extremely unusual symptoms after this surgery. I developed them something like in 2 days. It is better to say that I developed them during several hours. I started experiencing voices in my head, visual hallucinations, inadequate states, as if I was drunk or drugged, forced speech. I can say what I do not want to say, or perpetrators may prevent me from saying something. Involuntary body movements, induced actions. They can force me to do what I do not want to do. I experience sleep deprivation, artificial insomnia when I am extremely stimulated at night time. I receive so much energy that I cannot stay in bed. Or involuntary, uncontrollable sleep during daytime. All of a sudden, I may fall asleep. I experience pressure on my head, pressure so hard that I can faint. I experience blurred vision. They can play with my senses, with my sight. I see well, after that I see my vision becomes blurred, after that in several seconds I restore my vision, I see very well. They play with senses, and I experience induced thoughts, induced feelings, emotions, perceptions, one more time, senses, perceptions. They suppress my will. They retrieve my memories, or may implant false memories. Even they can do even such things. And I developed all this bunch of symptoms in several hours. In January 2006, I got trauma. It was like a stroke of lightning in the left part of my forehead and left temple. I lost ability to read. I didn't understand meaning of well-known Russian and English words. I saw just bloody letters in my in well-known books that I read and studied. So I just not sentences but words. I lost reading skills. My speech was slurred, deteriorated. Just it was very strange that white people with European appearance, not Chinese people, people who spoke Russian, started visiting or maybe lived at 73 Mossbrook Crescent in Scarborough. They started visiting or started living there in January 2006. I heard their Russian speech on the first floor. And what I heard on the first floor, their activities. And they just spoke so loudly, they moved so loudly. I heard their activities and their speech very well. And what I heard matched what I received over microwave hearing, 100%. So it was clear that these people attacked me. They were actually perpetrators. And there were several situations that indicated clearly that this Li Chen, tenant of my landlords, he was involved in these experiments. Of course, I theorize. I don't know what happened exactly, but it may be that Canadian police or RCMP or intelligence, they captured some equipment that was used against me and my family by Chinese spies, and instead of stopping these experiments in our family, they joined. So I didn't, in January 2006, I didn't know that mind control existed. I didn't know even terms: mind control, psychotronic weapons, electronic harassment, targeted individuals, nothing like that. I didn't know it. So I came to police and I reported. I said to them that I experienced something like radiation. Something strange is going on. Some forces were attacking me, affecting me. Police listened to me and sent me to psychiatrists. Actually, I went to police many times and reported to them about this, as I said to you, radiation, about these people. I named this perpetrator Li Chen. I told them my address. I begged them to come to my place. I begged them to come and investigate this crime. They refused to come. For the first time, I called RCMP in spring 2006. As I can remember, a name of this RCMP officer was Stephen Frith. He listened to me. I told him everything, all my symptoms, one more time names of suspects, Li Chen and landlords, and he answered me that there are no laws to help you, and I don't think that there is anything criminal in this situation. All these attacks, they are not criminal. Of course, he lied. All laws are in place: assault, battery, breach of privacy, harassment, health damage, torture, a lot of laws, and all of them are in place. He just lied. In 2009, I forced RCMP to start investigation. Before that, I filed my complaint in writing, online, on their website, and I forced them to start a real investigation. RCMP officers came to 73 Mossbrook Crescent, where Li Chen lived, and had a conversation with him. He confessed. As I can remember, it was Corporal Clamp who called me after this conversation and said to me that Mr. Li Chen confessed that he had studied psychotronic weapons and their influence on psyche of people. After that, RCMP stopped this investigation immediately, because if they had investigated and found perpetrators, I would have sued them for negligence, because it was 2009, and for the first time I reported to them in 2006. So they immediately stopped this investigation, and maybe there were other reasons, but they stopped after this one conversation with Li Chen. So it is absolutely clear for me that Canadian government and its institutions were aware about these crimes committed against me and did nothing to investigate and stop. It means that they are involved, they carry out these experiments on us, or at least they sanction these experiments. Because, Canadian government has a history of selling its Canadian citizens for experiments. For example, MK Ultra experiments in Montreal, when these crimes were proved, and some victims received compensations. Furthermore, we officially informed Canadian Parliament and Canadian government in 2011 and in 2018. We tabled, my representative, Member of Parliament, tabled 2 petitions against misuse of psychotronic mind control weapons in the House of Commons in Ottawa. The first petition, I and my comrades, we collected more than 1,000 signatures for the first petition, and we collected more than 3,000 signatures for the second petition. They are almost identical. Content of these petitions was mostly identical, and nothing, absolutely. I just want to tell you that there is nothing extraordinary, unknown, and impossible for RCMP and Canadian military intelligence to investigate and stop these crimes. I want to tell you a story of one Russian woman. Her name was Julia. and she was from St. Petersburg. She started experiencing mild mind control symptoms when she lived in Russia. After that, she married an Italian man and left Russia for Italy. And in Italy, the symptoms became much worse. She said she reported that she experienced enormous pain. Unfortunately for her, her husband had some connections in Italian police, maybe relatives, maybe friends, but somebody. Police tried to help her, Italian police tried to help her, but unfortunately was unable. But they referred her to Italian military intelligence. And these two guys from military intelligence, they detected several hackers all over the world who attacked this woman by means of their equipment and computers. They contacted them and shut them down. And after that, they actually rescued her. She got rid of these symptoms. So I think that if Italian military intelligence was had measures to detect and stop perpetrators, Canadian military intelligence, I don't think that it is less advanced. It is more advanced. It is extremely well financed. They have the same equipment. They have all measures to detect and stop these crimes. So if they do not do this for me and for other perpetrators, it means that they are involved in these crimes, or at least they sanction these crimes. In any case, they are responsible for assault, batteries, or at least negligence. That's it. Thank you for your attention. All the best for you. Bye.